I feel really good. I think there's something that came out today. We were on the way home or way to the pool from Lyft, and it was like, currently, as it stands, I have like the most world records held by anyone. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of pride in that, and I'm really over the moon happy with how the year went as a whole. 2024 was definitely not easy. I feel like there was so much stress and pressure throughout the entire year, but I feel like I really was able to overcome in so many different ways. And so having Budapest Short Course Worlds be the last meet was a really good way to cap off such an already successful year, and it was a lot of fun. I definitely was excited to come back just because I feel like I haven't really had 2 feet in the same place in a while, but I mean, yeah, it couldn't have gone better, honestly. So I loved the people there. Team USA had a great, like, smaller group. We brought the energy to a meet that people didn't really think was going to be that exciting, and we made it exciting. So it was cool to be a part of that, and in a lot of ways just like trying to be a leader for other people, and just engage with the other teams that were there and the crowd, and really enjoy Budapest because it was an amazing arena and the city is really cool right now. What helped me a lot with the pressure that is making the Olympic team was having the NCAA season, because I don't feel that much pressure competing collegiately. It's more fun for me, and having a team to compete for just helps take away that individual stress. So I definitely really enjoyed competing at NCAAs. Training for NCAAs helped me just keep my mind off of Olympic trials. So having that as kind of a distraction, but also a means of working towards my long course goals too, was really, really great. But once NCAAs was over, the focus immediately shifted to trials. And in the lead up to trials, I definitely was feeling really confident about the summer that was ahead of me. I feel like I've said in a lot of interviews that, like, not making the Olympic team wasn't an option for me. I was going to be on that team, and I was going to do everything in my power to make that happen. So I did, and trials was amazing, and there definitely was unforeseen pressure that came up just even after, like, the first night, breaking the world record in the 100 fly. That kind of added a whole new weight to my shoulders of people's just expectations for me. So managing that was definitely something I wasn't necessarily prepared for, but I feel like I had enough of like things in my toolkit to help me overcome that, and just use like the tactics I've learned of maintaining just a stable mental state really helped me in that moment. And I was able to lean on that and remember that it is another meet. I've swam the 100 fly a million times. I've also done the 100 free a million times, the 50 free a million times. So I knew what I was doing when I was there, and it showed throughout the rest of the meet as well. And then getting to Olympic training camp, I mean, that was a really fun time in my life. I feel like I really enjoyed training. Maybe it was the backdrop of Croatia, I don't know, but it was just nice to be with such an elite group, all working towards the same goals. And I feel like I definitely was preparing myself to go even faster at the Olympics. Like, I was fully confident in that, and I didn't really feel pressure until I arrived in Paris, and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm at the Olympics. And so obviously, like, the stress definitely got to me a little bit, the nerves, the anxiety just around swimming in front of a crowd like that at the biggest stage in the world. Finally, like, seeing out my dreams. I think I did the best I could have done in that kind of environment. And then after it was all said and done, like, I walked away with 4 medals, and it was the coolest thing ever. And it's funny because I remember at Olympic trials, one of the ways I, like, took away the stress was being like, okay, one of my big goals here is to make the short course worlds team, because I was coming off of such a successful NCAAs, and so that kind of helped me throughout Olympic trials. And then once the Olympics was over, I was like, oh my gosh, now I have short course worlds to look forward to, because I knew I would have qualified in a couple events. So the 100 IM obviously was like a new addition, and then the 100 free as well when Tori decided not to go to the meet. So I ended up having like a full set list, and I honestly wasn't gonna do the 100 IM. Like, I showed up in Budapest and I was telling everyone, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing the 100 IM, and they were like, why? And the more I heard why, I was like, I don't even remember why I'm not doing it. So then I did it, and wow, am I grateful I did. Maybe it just takes a little bit of a push from a friend, but going into that meet, I feel like I didn't feel much pressure because short course meters is so new to me. But I knew that I was capable of doing some pretty cool things, and I think other people had those same kind of expectations, and I was aware of that. So I tried my best to not think about that, and I think it showed, because I was able to kind of do everything that everyone thought I was capable of doing, and perhaps more. So I'm really happy with how I performed, and I think it was a great, I just think it was a really good meet for me, coming off of such a crazy summer. And then I still have so many goals left in the NCAA season, so I feel like that was such a good meet to have to boost my confidence and remind me that just because, you know, we focused on long course a lot in the summer doesn't mean I don't have more left in the tank for short course yards. And it made me really excited to come back to UVA, return to the collegiate scene, and hopefully get some of those goals that I've been working towards. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to championship season and hopefully doing those cool things. I feel very grateful and almost lucky. I know it's not luck, but just to be at this age, I'm 21, and to be still even dropping time is not something you see every day. So to have the opportunity to do that is really something special, and I definitely don't take it for granted. And there's obviously a lot of work that goes into it, goal setting, believing in myself, and like being open to changes in training as well, in order to get better and just break these barriers. So it does take a lot, obviously, but I mean, it's whatever I'm doing here at UVA is totally working, and I really love it here. I feel like I've just found my niche, and like I don't know, everything has seemed to click. And like I said, just dropping time at this point in my life is something that I'm really grateful for. And then to be doing it at these levels where like going a new best time is a world record, like that's also really freaking cool. So I'm really happy with the results and the training and everything. I'm just happy, period, which is a really good thing. And I think like maybe short course meters was like a little bit of a cheat code because I hadn't done it, so of course I was gonna go best times. But even like translating short course meters, like using the converter from meters to yards, I think it shows that I'm maybe in store for some more time drops for my last yard season. And even at that one at mid-season, I won a best time on my 100 fly. And I feel like I'm getting really close to even more like groundbreaking barriers, and I want to, in my last season, to do it and just like have no regrets. And I feel like I talked to Todd, I'm like, I want to try to make these records as fast as I can, because that's kind of like what I'm leaving as my legacy. So like, let's see how long it can last, I guess. And I don't know, those are like, yeah, 3 months in the future or whatever, but I think about them every day. So just having such a like groundbreaking season, like you were talking about, of like these 4 meets where I consistently drop time, I think I think I have more in store there. I think I have a fifth in me, hopefully. So just gonna ride it out and keep working hard and see what I can do.